And chomp chomp, my pals. This is Happy Dinosaur 1000, your pal and friend, and movie critic. It coming to you with a review of the anime series JoJo Bizarre. It's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've already reviewed this in anime. I've already reviewed this in American Review Anime Batch Part 5. I'm going to make this my first continuation. So I'm gonna call this one an American Review Anime Batch at Part 6. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Through the next 5 episodes. And basically, from where we left off with the previous 5 episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, sure, the Joestar family suffered a fatal accident with the father Joestar's wife dying, but his son living, and being rescued by a degenerate named Dario Brando, who later dies. Since the JoJo family owes him a favor. The Joestar family owes him a favor. The Joestar family basically adopts Dario Brando's son, Dio Brando, and after he dies, as in Dio Brando, and lives to make life a living hell, for the heir of the Joestar family, Jonathan Joestar, nicknamed JoJo. They fight with a rivalry for several years until eventually escalating things to the point where Dio has become a vampire on a quest for world domination, wanting to destroy the Joestar our family's lives. And we're just going and leading into our last where we left off of Dio Brando, and they had made an army of undead warriors. And the cliffhanger and we left off at was Dio Brando and those undead warrior. You're called, I think, the Black Knight, attempting to kill JoJo, which only for the Black Knight to die an honorable death, basically giving him his sword, or it's saying, "You've earned this sword. You've allowed me to die with dignity, and I thank you." And to continue on from that at point, when the other warrior of Dio, a big ass guy, it looks like to be about the size of about a minivan, and attempts to destroy both both JoJo and his mentor is who this warrior attempts to destroy. And also, so his mentor, the JoJo's mentor, basically gives us a bit of exposition about himself and his backstory. Basically, so his mentor is basically on a quest to destroy the mask, which has turned Dio Brando into a vampire. He's like, "I spent years after that mask. I've left my family before I've doomed myself to stop that mask." And basically, we learn that after the mentor gives his powers to JoJo, though he considered him like a son, which was actually very interesting. Then, and both JoJo, Speedwagon, again, and this one little kid that they joined up with on their quest to stop Dio, you'll come across more of Dio's undead and warriors, and we see Dio for a few minutes. I guess basically talking with one of these, like, "Please, you can turn me into your undead monsters, but please don't hurt my baby." And he's like, "Okay, fine. I won't hurt your baby, but you'll still be one of my monsters." So he turns her into a vampire. You know what she does? She freaking kills her child by feasting on it. That's actually pretty good irony. 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 And one thing I thought was pretty interesting though, was a little kid basically learns to be brave. Abe from his sister. Sister who said, "Ed, you have to stand up for yourself." Oh, and so he saved. He was JoJo, all standing up for himself against as one of Dio's undead warriors. And they rescue the little boy's sister after dealing with the undead army. JoJo is teamed up with a bunch of fellow warrior sages, what I'll call them. Who were friends of his mentor, or along with his mentor, whose name, crap. Basically, he has the name of a famous rock star. His name was Tom Petty, actually. So much like Dragon Ball Z, this series does have references to it, but they're not literally stopping the show to say, "Hey, isn't this funny?" Like we have like a character named Speedwagon and another one named Tom Petty. 80. Very interesting possible musician references. But anyway, JoJo, Speedwagon, and the Sages all team up with the kid in order to stop Dio from taking over the world by him turning it into undead monsters. And like we find out, Dio has essentially turned the town into a town of the undead, and we basically get an epic duel between JoJo and Dio, ending with Dio losing his body, due to chopping off his own head with his bare hands, and later turning up again in JoJo's life. I think he's saying, "JoJo, you have led to me being decapitated. I demand and your body as my new one." When it basically it happens on a boat, that then gets blown up. When we find out JoJo gets married to his love interest that Dio kissed, and JoJo and him and basically he perish, or apparently only in the fires of the boat explosion. And later in the future, we cut to a character I'm going to call Pickpocket because I forget his name. And we meet the current descendant of the Joestar family, Emily. Crap, I forget. Basically these names blend together because there's so many damn J's. He's now we're just call him Johnny Joestar. But basically he looks a lot like his grandfather there, but he's very old mannered and very quick to anger. We then later find out after the newest Joestar beats the crap out of this guy who insulted Pickpocket at this fancy restaurant, that someone has killed. That someone delivers an explanation to him that someone has killed Speedwagon. We already know this, that one of the sages has turned on the Joestar family and killed Speedwagon in order to achieve even more immortality and youth. As far as I can tell. So and basically these next 5 episodes basically end with a bunch of gunfire. I pointed at the sage who turned on the Joestar family, Emily, and the current descendant of Joestar, is after he shoots them with a Tommy gun. He's like, "I know that wouldn't kill you. That was just for my uncle Speedwagon." And that's where we end with the dun 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 dun, dun. Like that song. I'm not very good at it, but that's my review of the next 5 episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's not the name of the series. It's just kind of in what I'm titling the video. And I give this dinosaur approval, and I'll give it yeah, I think I'll give it about like a not like 8.9. That's my review. Thank you all for watching. Have a happy day, and chomp chomp, goodbye.